Hi, this is Stephen Helm with WatchGuard Technologies, and I'm here with a brief overview of how easy it is for MSPs to manage their security with the Unified Security Platform. In this demo, we'll take a look at the Unified Security Platform from a service provider's perspective in WatchGuard Cloud and step through a customer account. After logging into WatchGuard Cloud, you'll land here on the service provider dashboard. And the first thing that you'll notice is that on the left-hand side, you can see all of the different accounts that you're managing as a service provider. WatchGuard Cloud is a multi-tenant, multi-tier system, which means each service provider account can create and manage customer accounts for up to 3 tiers. Each managed customer account has its own WatchGuard Cloud account and its own operators. A service provider can see the subscriber view for each managed account and can configure security services and see reports for those accounts. Data is not shared between managed accounts. From the service provider dashboard, you can quickly see all of the devices you manage that need updating, which licenses expire next, as well as all of your license allocation across Authpoint, ThreatSync host sensors, and WatchGuard's endpoint security services. You can also see usage of WatchGuard endpoint modules. Finally, you can see details about your account, including the number of total operators who have access to the platform and how many are active at the moment. Now we're going to drill into the Acme Manufacturing account. From the customer dashboard for Acme Manufacturing, you get a summary view of all the security details and license details for this customer's environment. WatchGuard Cloud makes it easy to identify the most pressing concerns within a customer environment by aggregating all of the security alerts that need addressing. We make it easy to run a dark web scan and look for potential lost or stolen credentials that may impact the security of your customer. You also get a summary view of all of the customer's fireboxes, including how many licenses they have active, how long those licenses have until they're expired, as well as the status of each one of the devices within their network. You get similar information for the WatchGuard access points this customer is using. Summary information for all of your user authentication is presented as well on this dashboard. Here you can see all of the failed and successful authentications, all of the different resources your users are trying to access, as well as those denied push notifications where the user is actually denied an attempted authentication on their behalf. Below you can see a snapshot of all of your users, as well as their Authpoint license details. You can also see that Acme Manufacturing has selected to use our ThreatSync security service, and here you're seeing all of the different host statuses for those protected devices, as well as a snapshot of those critical indicators of attack on the right-hand side here. We can also see a summary view of all the remediations performed by ThreatSync, as well as get some details around the licenses of the host sensors issued to your users. Finally, we get a summary view of Acme's endpoint security posture. Here we can see all of the devices Acme is protecting with EPDR, with some details about their protection status. Below you can see 2 of our most powerful endpoint modules in Patch Management and Full Encryption. Patch Management makes it easy to see which devices need urgent updates to stay safe, while Full Encryption gives you insight into which devices use full encryption to protect sensitive data from compromise. After selecting Monitor Devices, we're dropped on the Device Summary page. Here we can see Firebox and Wi-Fi access point license and device status, and identify which devices may need updating. Below, you get a snapshot of all of the security services running on Acme's network, with a summary of scans performed, intrusions prevented, malware detected, and more. Now let's take a quick look at some of the visualization features of the Firebox in the Unified Security Platform. The executive dashboard shows the top details about your customer's network traffic, including which clients are most active, the most popular destinations, and the top applications used. We can quickly expand the scope of the view by increasing the range of data presented in this dropdown. Threatmap is a visual way to understand where traffic is originating. Here we are showing which countries have originated denied packets. You can drill in to learn more, and even see a geographic approximation of where the offender may be located. Firewatch is a dynamic way to show traffic information. You can quickly make sense of what's occurring across the network by source, destination, domain, and more. Finally, Policy Map is one of our most popular visualization tools. Policy Map shows the flow of your traffic as it navigates your established policies so you can identify what's working and what might need a tweak. If we hop over to Monitor Authpoint, we see all of our user authentication activity, as well as the most accessed resources. Again, we can drill into each of these tiles to learn more. User activity allows us to review how Acme's users are using Authpoint, while authentication provides a view of successful and failed authentications by user. We can drill in even more to show details about each resource access request. If we want to view the data by resource rather than user, you can do that with the Resource Activity page. And finally, denied push notifications highlight instances where a user has, for some reason, denied an authentication push, perhaps because they attempted to access a resource in error or because they suspected a phish. Clicking Monitor Threat Detection directs you to the ThreatSync dashboard. ThreatSync is a threat detection and response solution available with the Firebox as part of the Total Security Suite. It makes it possible to correlate threat data from host sensors deployed on endpoint devices with data from fireboxes protecting Acme's network. Correlating data from both points in the security stack makes it possible to detect threats that may otherwise be missed in isolation. Here you can see we have identified 348 critical indicators of attack. The timeline below gives a historical snapshot of threat scores by day and allows you to take an even deeper look at each. Here you can see all of the indicators for a selected day. Indicators are clearly scored to help you prioritize your response. H and N icons highlight the source of the indicator, with H corresponding with host sensor and N for network devices like the Firebox. ThreatSync isn't the only way you can manage your client's endpoint security posture from the unified security platform. You can quickly navigate to manage all of your WatchGuard endpoint security solutions directly from WatchGuard Cloud. There's no need to log in again, we handle that for you, giving you seamless access to your WatchGuard EPP, EDR, and EPDR solutions, as well as our unique endpoint security modules. With one click, you arrive at the WatchGuard Endpoint Security dashboard. Here we can see all of the computers Acme is protecting, their status, malware activity, blocked programs, and threat status. You can view all of the web access data from Acme's endpoint deployment, including most accessed and blocked categories. Indicators of Attack shows the Threat Hunting Service dashboard with a clear mapping of attack events to the MITRE ATT&CK framework. Patch management is one of our most popular features and is right at your fingertips. You can easily see which devices need patching and which may have errors. Now let's switch back to the WatchGuard Cloud dashboard and I can show you how to use the Dark Web Scan. The Dark Web Scan is a free service offered by WatchGuard that can tell you if your email address or the email addresses on a particular domain within your control have been affected by publicly known hacks or data breaches. The WatchGuard Threat Lab team constantly searches for data breaches and stolen credentials on the dark web and surface web hacking forums. When we find a breach, we note the different types of data that the breach exposed and make those available to you through the Dark Web Scan tool. Since we're on the Administration tab, let me show you another feature of the unified security platform that really appeals to our MSP partners. With our custom branding features, you can customize WatchGuard services to reflect your company. For example, you can upload custom logos and images, or customize the reply to email address and company contact information. You can even customize captive portals and splash pages for your Wi-Fi networks. All of these features make it easy to reinforce your brand in the mind of your clients. If you'd like to test drive WatchGuard Cloud for yourself, head on over to the WatchGuard website where we have a demo environment you can play with. Simply fill out the form on the right and you will get immediate access to a guided demo of a customer environment.